Michael Melchizedek, right back at you. This video right here is for the YouTube world again. Like I said, I'm gonna be bringing y'all out of y'all grave. Hopefully y'all will understand and be veterans in this skull and bone world and gain some wings so you can fly up out of here. Get some air up on your feet, you know what I mean? But this session right here is about the Holy Tablets, chapter 16 on the world, and computers and video games. Alright, straight to the point. Reason why I brought the Holy Tablets out today to bring y'all to this computer world and this video game world is because I want to show y'all that computers and video games and all that stuff is not man-made. We go to tablet 4 of the inhabitants of the underworld. You're going to see that when the Riskians came here, some went beneath the earth and built a large computer. This is what it says in chapter 16. A mechanical device called mech, from where they get the word Macintosh, the original name for Al-Hisabet. The disagreeable also built a larger computer and called it HAL. The earth named it IBM. That makes sense because if you take the H, what come after H? I. What come after A? B. What come after L? M. HAL. IBM. See what I'm saying? Which is just, you know what I'm saying, actually taking one letter above each of its original. Okay. Now, with these machines, they could scan the surface, pick up some scenes from all over to televise them. They could project both thought and three-dimensional images, holographic pictures, and star maps. Kill and destroy at will by simply flicking switches. Alter the weather, create rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. Okay, I'm going to pause right there. If you go back to the studies of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, who was taught by Master W.D. Fall, who came out of the Moorish Science Temple, who actually, you know, was just basically a scientist, you know what I'm saying, all over science. He just wasn't a Moorish scientist. He studied every damn thing. He passed down these lessons to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad about what makes it rain, hail, snow, and earthquake. You see what I'm saying? What makes it rain, hail, snow, and earthquake? It says the sun, also the Son of Man. You see what I'm saying? When you read that lesson, that degree is going to break down that the Son of Man is also the one who makes it rain, hail, snow, and earthquake. Now, this is where a lot of people got confused in this. In Islam, they started saying, well, damn, how in the fuck is he going to say that a man is making all this happen when we still don't know how to do it yet? And the reason why y'all don't know how to do it because y'all is not risking. And this is where Dr. Malachi coming and teaching you about this special kind of man. Not just the ordinary man. And that's where wordplay get introduced. And that's where wordplay it deals with confusion. You know what I'm saying? Because when Elijah Muhammad was speaking on this type of man, this Son of Man, he was speaking on the Son of Man that was spoken on in the Bible as representing Jesus. When Jesus said, I am the Son of Man. Which is not the Son of Man, which is the child, S-O-N, but the Son, S-U-N, of man, which is the light of man, which is a certain type of being that's inside of each man that you got to learn how to project. You have to learn how to control. You see what I'm saying? Now, these beings, these light beings, these sun people, you know what I'm saying? These light people, they was the ones who brought this computer technology to this earth in the first place. Now this is where the video games, and you know who created video games, white people, and all the people shit that white people created right now. This is where all this shit come in. 1947, Roswell, New Mexico. Look it up. Roswell Act. 2 spaceships crash. These 2 spaceships crash. My bad, it was one spaceship crashed, but it was 3 beings in this spaceship. Okay, now the 3 beings in this spaceship that crashed was Riskians or aliens. You know what I'm saying? Riskians are more to be immortal. Aliens are more they've been here, but they know about immortal stuff because they actually stay on the plane where immortals stay at. You see what I'm saying? Okay. When they went inside of this spacecraft, which actually they crashed first and tried to get back up, then the CIA they shot it back down. You know what I'm saying? That's really what happened. When they went inside this craft, they found the same hieroglyphics that's on the pyramid inside this craft. They found the same plasma screen that you're watching right now. All that shit was found inside of this spacecraft. This is in 1947. Now you got to think, from 1947 up to now, all of this technology has come out in the last 60 years. The last 60, 65 years, all of a sudden we learned about all this shit. Wow. How in the fuck? How in the fuck? Okay? That should show you. Track your dating back. Track your dating. Do your research. Right after the Roswell Act, here come this motherfucker talking about a computer this, a computer that, plasma screen this, plasma screen that. Which really we got a plasma screen 20 years after they already had. It got old to them, then they bought it to us 20 years later. So we got started getting the flat screens in like early 2000. Really the shit was out in 1980. You see what I'm saying? But it was only for a selective elite. Okay. Now we're going back to the Holy Tablets where it's teaching you how everything was controlled by this computer, and everything was controlled even from creating tidal waves, volcanoes, hurricanes, and even viruses. Extracting thoughts from one another, person mind, and implanting thoughts into it. Okay, all this stuff was done by a computer. So, where the video games? I know you heard about the white boy that was playing the video game that they say set off the missile in the fucking Air Force Base. I know y'all heard about it. She was on fucking world news. Okay. If you use extraordinary senses, it'll tell you in the Holy Tablet that this is the same way that the beings was making things happen on the planet, as far as making volcanoes erupt, making tidal waves, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, such and such, rain, hail, snow, sleet, making all this stuff happen. Okay, why did it have to happen with a kid playing an Xbox? What happens on the Xbox? You have numerous of people gathering together playing one game, so they're using one frequency. Now check this. Just say me and 15 of my friends, we in a circle. And I ain't talking about in a circle in the same room. I'm talking about in a circle around a town. Okay, we're actually positioning ourselves in a perfect circle around town, and we're playing a video game against each other. What is that going to create? That's going to create a circle frequency. That's going to create an Ethernet cord that goes in a circle and is constantly traveling from all these computers into a circle constantly because we're playing each other. So what's that going to create? That's going to create a force field. When you create a force field, guess what you do? You alternate the natural forces of this planet Earth. And when you alternate the natural forces of this planet Earth, guess what you get? You get supernatural events. Events that's not really of this Earth, but happen because of supernatural intervening. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of these storms and stuff that we have is not really supposed to be happening. But it happened because you got supernatural intervening with the natural. That's called an extraordinary catalysm. Like a fucking tidal wave. And they trying to explain this shit happened because of this. Nah, motherfucker. It's because China is the main motherfuckers who's dealing with all this fucking computer shit. And that's why that shit happening over there. Because they don't know what the fuck they tapping into. And they right here playing with these fucking radio waves and these light waves and all these waves that they playing with. And guess what? After a while, that wave turned into a big ass wave and knocked down the whole fucking island of Japan. And they wondering talking about, oh, God did it. Nah, you did it, motherfucker. You see? So this is what I'm basically and breaking down that when you read things, you got to look at what's going on today and what the Holy Tablets is putting in front of you, and basically put it together along with the Nation of Islam teachings. Some of the 5% they cool, but you know they just veered off, because already Farrakhan veered off. And Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he didn't really teach everything, so you have to take the pure form of the Nation of Islam and just leave it as that. You know, you take your little bit of the Yahweh, you take your little bit of everything, and you use the present with the future, and I mean the present with the past, to understand the futuristic catalysm and things that's going to happen. Alright. That's really all I wanted to speak on tonight. Tomorrow I'm going to be going back to the Skull and Bones. Stay tuned. If you're watching this video, stay tuned. The Skull and Bones for Beginners. That's it on the Holy Tablet, computer, and video games. Y'all don't get no ideas and go to clicking up and shit, making circles, playing video games against each other to create these waves and destroying the white people community. Y'all don't get no ideas. See.